Welcome to Enterprise Connect 2018. On behalf of the entire Enterprise Connect team, I want to thank you for coming and welcome you to what I believe is going to be a memorable week. If you're here yesterday, and I hope you were, you know that this week is already off to a great start in the session rooms, the expo halls, and everywhere else. There's just a lot going on and a lot of great energy. And it's not surprising that there's so much going on here this week. This is an industry that's in transition. Change is happening. It's happening in your enterprises, it's happening within the vendor organizations and in the larger marketplace, and it's happening here at Enterprise Connect. This is our 28th Enterprise Connect, and it ranks among the biggest we've ever done, both for our conference and for our exhibition. And I think the reason why it's so large is that there's just a lot of transitions happening in this space right now. The overarching transition that we're seeing, of course, is the move from hardware to software in our industry. This lets communications be integrated and deployed in conjunction with the most advanced technologies out there, from AI to IoT to CRM and workforce collaboration. That brings in new players, from Facebook to Amazon Web Services to the companies that were some that we saw yesterday in the Innovation Showcase program. That's a program we do every year looking at how new technologies are being put into place by both young and established companies. And this year's focus for Innovation Showcase was on speech technologies, which is something that you're also going to hear about when AWS's general manager for the new Alexa for Business product takes the stage. Speech interfaces, as well as the ability to turn spoken communications into actionable data on the back end, is just one of the many technology disruptions that our industry is poised to go through. Like so many other disruptions that we've seen before, it began on the consumer side, but we've learned that many of the things that the technologies that start out at home for our users find their way into the workplace sooner rather than later. But I think there's even more basic reasons why enterprise communications is really becoming a hot market. It's not just about these cool new technologies that you can see on the nightly news. A lot of what's happening has to do with the search for the next communications platform. In many places, a lot of the legacy assets by now, finally, are just about sweated out. And coincidentally, at the same time, we're seeing a lot of changes in our user population. And our business processes are changing so that users are demanding more from communications, more than what the traditional siloed PBX ever could have hoped to provide. That means, first of all, the cloud, of course. The cloud is coming to the fore, whether it's UC as a service, contact center in the cloud, or communications platform as a service, or CPaaS. Now, Synergy Research says that the global installed base of UCaaS subscriber seats is growing 29% year over year, which is pretty amazing. Admittedly, it's off of a relatively small base, but Synergy says that large enterprises are increasing their adoption rate of UCaaS. It's a big installed base, and we've got a long way to go, so this is going to be a long, drawn-out transition. So you may not need to know about the cloud right now, but the emphasis is on the right now part. There'll probably become a time when the cloud matters for you. Another trend we're seeing is team collaboration. And I'm pleased that later this morning we'll be bringing out for their debut as an Enterprise Connect keynoter the company that essentially gave birth to this new approach to collaboration, or at least really popularized it. And of course, I'm talking about Slack. Also, tomorrow, we'll feature on the keynote stage another company that's taking a collaboration-centric approach to enterprise communications, and that's Facebook. And amidst these challengers, of course, we'll be hearing from Cisco and Microsoft about how they're responding to the new demands for communications and collaboration systems that serve new work styles and new customer experience needs. But it's not just team collaboration either. As you walk the show floor, you'll see more video than ever before, and our conference addresses this as well. We're seeing new developments with the rise of the small huddle room, as it's called, as well as the emergence of multimedia systems that are coming to be known as ideation systems. And crucially, we're also seeing improvements in the software that aims to make just the logistics of starting, participating in, and ending a room video conference more intuitive and simple. I think a lot of people have recognized that that's a need that conference rooms have had for a long time, and the vendors are really starting to address it. Thanks to all of these developments, video is a part of the mix as never before. And finally, the changes about how your enterprise communicates not just internally, but with your customers as well. That means contact centers and a focus on the customer experience. The contact center has always been the segment of our industry where new technologies rolled out first, because of the ROI tends to be measurable in hard dollar revenues, and because the difference making can be measured in solid agent metrics. So as you go through this week at Enterprise Connect, you'll see innovative ways of tackling business problems. Some of the innovations will come in the form of products on offer from our exhibitors. Other great ideas will come from your peers who are rising to the moment by testing out new ideas and meeting new challenges by working with their counterparts in other IT groups, as well as collaborating with the business units within their enterprise. So whether it's in one of our half-dozen end-user panel sessions that we have on the program, one of which starts in just a moment here, or whether it's just in the hallways in an informal chat over a beverage, I hope you take full advantage of the opportunity that many of us really get only once a year, which is to be immersed among a large group of people who share your professional focus and your commitment to doing great new things for your customers, the end users. Last but not least, I want to remind you to take the time to explore the show floor. Spend as much time as you can there, meet our exhibitors, see the innovations they've brought to the event, and take advantage of all they have to offer. I want to extend a special thanks to our diamond sponsors, 8x8, Avaya, Microsoft, Mitel, Ribbon Communications, RingCentral, Vonage Business, and Zilab. And before we launch into our morning sessions, we've got one piece of business to attend to. Our Best of Enterprise Connect Award recognizes new product releases from our exhibitors that represent the most significant and innovative advances in the industry. We're going to present that award right now, and then we'll move on to start the morning's program. Here to present the Best in Enterprise Connect Award is my colleague Michelle Burbick, Program Coordinator for Enterprise Connect and Associate Editor of No Jitter. Welcome, Michelle.